At San Diego Comic-Con, other than announcing Robert Downey Jr. returning to the MCU, but this time playing Doctor Doom, the Fantastic Four First Steps was shown off. This is the Marvel Studios' first attempt at making the Fantastic Four, and they did release some footage which has leaked online, which does give us a bit of the flavour of what the film is shaping up to be. Other than the trailer that was shown to the audience, which has leaked online, we did get an updated title of the movie. Initially, the film was just called The Fantastic Four, but now it has the subtitle First Steps, and the film's director, Matt Shakman, has said that is in line with the space race and stuff to do with Neil Armstrong being the first man on the moon. However, there isn't too much plot details known about the film going forward, but it was announced a while back that it would be set in the 1960s, but if you've seen the footage that has leaked online, it is clear this is an alternate retro-60s in an alternate universe. And it has been confirmed by Marvel head honcho Kevin Feige that this film takes place in a different universe from the sacred timeline of the MCU. This is certainly a wise direction for Marvel to take, in my opinion. We've already seen two versions of the Fantastic Four on the big screen, with the Tim Story movies, which starred Chris Evans as the Human Torch, and then we got the rebooted film directed by Matt Trank, which starred Miles Teller, Michael B. Jordan, Jamie Bell, and Kate Mara as the titular characters. And I feel like this film has been in development for such a long time that they have been playing around with ideas on how to make this work, and there would probably have been a place for the Fantastic Four to appear in the MCU in a more traditional way, but the idea of having this version come from an alternate universe and then become the main version is quite interesting to me. And it was confirmed that the actors who are playing the Fantastic Four in this upcoming movie will appear in both the Avengers movies, which are being directed by Joe and Anthony Russo. They are Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. The footage that was shown shows us that Reed is a science teacher, and he is trying to teach them about alternate universes, but they seem quite bored, and he ends up just suggesting who wants to see an explosion. The world that we see is kind of like what Tomorrowland is at Disney World, kind of like what the view of the future was going to be from the 1960s. It almost looks like the animated show The Jetsons, and I feel like that was a big inspiration for this. I don't know if that's inspired by other cult classics and popular culture, but to me that's the vibe I get from it. We do get to see flying cars and this futuristic world, and we do know that this is the alternate dimension and that Galactus is going to feature, and we do actually see him appear at the end of the trailer that has leaked. And he is being played by actor Ralph Ineson, and that was a surprising choice as I thought they'd go for a bigger Hollywood star, but I feel like he's a good choice because he has a great voice, and just go to listen to him do any of his voice work and I think you'll be blown away by the tone of his voice and everything he conveys with it. So I think he is a great choice for that character. And because of the announcement of Robert Downey Jr. playing Doctor Doom, many people have speculated that he is going to be the Doctor Doom of this alternate universe and come over to the main universe, the Sacred Timeline, or the Marvel World 616 as it's known. And I believe that is highly likely to happen. Matt Shakman, the director of the film The Fantastic Four First Steps, has revealed in an interview since these panels that he has known about Robert Downey Jr.'s casting for quite some time, and when he was directly asked about if Robert Downey Jr. is going to appear in Fantastic Four, he just didn't say anything at all. And the fact that he would know about this casting of Robert Downey Jr. prior to many other people may suggest that he actually has some involvement in the movie. And whether or not it's a big role or just a cameo at the end, we'll have to wait and see. But I feel like there is a very good chance we're going to see Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom appear first in this Fantastic Four movie, which is coming out next year. And just before the panel was shown at Comic-Con, Pedro Pascal posted a photo on his social media about starting shooting, and many people took that because it was a year before the film was going to be released. But it appears that they have been shooting for quite some time, because the footage that they showed off at the panel seems to be extensive. Not like they've finished filming completely, but the fact that they had enough footage to show from several scenes across the movie. Or maybe this was just like promotional stuff and this included screen tests perhaps, but I feel like they've been shooting for quite some time, and the film is still a year out, and they'll have a lot of time to do the visual effects on the movie, and that's something that does really need to be strong going forward in the MCU. Notably, we do get to see Eban Backra, who's playing Ben Grimm, aka the Thing. So we see him in his human form, and then we see a silhouetted version of him appearing on a dating show, which is in line with the kind of 60s retro aesthetic. I am very keen to see how this film turns out, and it is probably one of my most anticipated movies of next year now. I am not too familiar with the comics of the Fantastic Four. I've seen these characters appear in other media over the years, and I feel like I know them well enough to engage with this. And this is just something I feel I haven't seen before, especially on the big screen. And I know there's probably dozens of comics that tell a similar story, but I'm not aware of them. But just seeing them take on this alternate reality aspect, I think, is quite interesting, and I think that's going to pay off and kind of differentiate the movie from the others that have come before. And to see how they will integrate these characters from this alternate universe into the main timeline is intriguing to me. We still don't know too much about the film going forward. We have had the cast announced so far, but some of them aren't confirmed to have characters as of yet, and some of the footage that we have seen over the last few days doesn't really give away any of the who have been previously announced. Obviously, the cast so far is Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards, Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm, Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm, Eban Backra as Ben Grimm, and then you have Ralph Ineson as Galactus, and we have Julia Garner playing the female version of the Silver Surfer. And other actors that have been announced on the cast include Paul Walter Hauser, Natasha Lyonne, and John Malkovich, and I don't really have any idea who they will be playing in the movie as of this time. Notably, we do see in the trailer that we seem to have Reed and Sue already married at this time, and I think having that as a starting point for the Fantastic Four is something we're not used to in the films, and I think that's going to pay off greatly. And I'm just very eager to see if they can pull off this project and make it work. And I really hope it is as good as it seems it's going to be, and I've got fingers crossed that it's going to turn out well. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on the footage that has been released online, or has leaked online, I should say, and some of the posts that you've seen about the upcoming movie. Do you think Robert Downey Jr. is going to first appear as Doctor Doom in this film? Let me know in the comments below. Give this video a like, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and make sure to click the bell icon to receive notifications for all of my videos. That's it for now. Thanks for tuning in.